up, shaggers? Well, welcome back to the channel. So, I've been as busy as a bloody communal cucumber in a women's prison this morning, I have, but I've been stuck in the depot, so it's just been retail, so car tyre after bloody car tyre. And it started to wear a little bit thin, but luckily, I've had a job come in, so 560, 45, 22, 5 puncture. Now, this size, normally they're an arse, to be honest with you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. They are a complete arse. So the 45, it's called the aspect ratio. So basically the 45 is the 45% of 560. So it's a low profile sort of tyre, basically. Now when they come down in the profiles, they sort of go up in the difficulty level. So, but we're gonna. I thought I could feel eyes peering at me, but he's put me on edge now. So anyway, that was Benji there, that's our new lad, that is. I tell you what, he's only been doing this job for a year, but my God, he's some boy. There's not a job that lad says no to. He is bloody brilliant. And some of the stuff he comes out with, it's a laugh a minute. But anyway, so we'll go and have a look at this one, and we'll go and see what we can sort out with it, eh? So here we go, here's his next victim, and, well, it's flat. Well, they've been nice, and they've broke the back bead for me. And the front bead for me. So, we'll get it jacked up. And I might just whip it straight off. I'm hoping that once I whip it off, it'll become fairly obvious what the issue is. But, it probably won't. I'll probably have to build it back up and blow it up and soapy water it, but there we go. We'll have a go, eh? Well, this ground looks a bit shitty, really. I mean, it's dry enough. It's just really loose, isn't it? Mind you, that's quite hard under there. I'll stop whinging, shall I? It's just me being a little bitch. I have to do a bit of bloody landscape design here. Oh, bloody Alan Titchmarsh. Well, there's a rock that's really pissing me off because it's just in the wrong place. That one. There we go. Oh, now we'll go. There we are. Well, we're up. I'm surprised really because it doesn't even look that dodgy. My jack stayed fairly straight and upright like it's supposed to do, hasn't it? So no, I've got a good feeling about this one. So we'll just have a scout, make sure I can't see anything. But I've had a quick look round already and nothing striking out. No, nothing. Which really doesn't do that much for me, to be honest, does it? I was hoping we were going to spin it and there'll be a big fuck off 9-inch nail in there, plain as day. In which case, I'd fancy my chances that was it. But no, there's nothing. Right, well, I'm going to go against my own plan because, well, I think I'm going to whip that off and it's going to reveal all of fuck all. So rather than wasting my time and having to build it back up, to blow it up, to soap it up, to find out what's going on, to strip it down, to repair it, to build it back up, to blow it up, I'm just going to blow it up, see where it's coming from, and just save myself that fucking having to strip it off twice. So yeah, let's do that then. Chuck a bit of slop brown there, and hopefully it should just find its way straight up. Obviously, with it being sat flat for a period of time, sometimes they don't really fancy going back to the original shape just like that. But we'll soon see. I ain't gonna waste my time there, aren't I? Let's get cheater on it. We'll plug this one back in. Found you. Got the little bugger. Tiny little pinhole there. But obviously, with this being a trailer, I'm going to, rather than just stringing it, because I think it's just going to shrug that off into and probably chuck it out on the next trip. So rather than do that, let's just, we'll take it off and put a proper combi patch through it. But yeah, I bet I wouldn't have found that with just taking tyre off. We'll soon see. come off so easy. But that normally means it's going to be an absolute twat to build back up. They're only a 45 series, so the sideboard non-existent, but the beads are on steroids. So yeah, you've got the worst of both worlds really. That's like the equivalent of a run flat. In the agricultural world, that's a run flat, that is. I don't think in a month of Sundays you're going to find that. There. Tiny, tiny, tiny thing now, because I know it's there, quite visible, but if you were just ragging around the inside of the tyre, you'd easily miss that, wouldn't you? So I reckon we made the right call there. So we'll send the drill through, we'll get it buffed off, we'll get it patched up, and we'll get buggered off. Ah, sounds like a good plan. I'm quite enjoying just being outside in the sun today, to be honest with you. I'm in no sort of rush to get this done and get back, because the sooner I do this one, the sooner I have to go on to the next job. And I can't be arsed. Right, let's get us weapons of choice. The world's stiffest drawer. Oh, mate. So, we'll have that. We'll have that. We'll have... Ah, fucking wire brush, man. Ah! Deckhead. Come on, bleed, so I've at least got something to moan about. You're not going to, are you? You little prick. Right, what was I on about? That. Where's me blue glue? Somewhere. And then I need one of them. Yeah. Now what I normally do, I drill it with a 6mm, and then I persuade an 8mm that he wants to fit through, and then normally you just mean to get like a really, really nice tight seal, and it means your patch isn't going to go anywhere, and it means no air's going to come out of it. So, sort of what you want from a puncture repair. Alright, let's get drilling. Oh, where are you? There you are. Straight in. Yeah, there's a bit more of a definite hole there now, isn't there? Will be nice, and we'll drill it from the inside as well, so my patch hasn't got as much of a squeeze. Oh shit. If we can get to it, that is. I've picked the wrong bloody airline for this. I've got my fat one, but it is just too fat. There we go. Send her home. A load of rubber has just landed down my neck, I think. Is there rubber everywhere? Yeah, somebody's just definitely gone down my back. I hope it was rubber. As soon as spiders start, in fact, I'm not even going to do that to myself. I fucking hate spiders. Save me struggling with my big airline buffing it down. I'll chuck this one away and we'll get that one out instead. It's got a bit more flex and the end's not as long, so you can just get into them hard to reach places just a little bit easier. Have I got enough? Come on. There we go, that'll do. It's going to be a bit of a shitty angle to buff down. In fact, what we'll do, because I'm right-handed, I can't repair to that side. It just feels wrong. So, that's that line now. Where are you? There you are. Ah, should be a bit better, I reckon. Let's get you buffed down, shall we? That's that blue smoke, that is. The proper Chinese stuff. Mao Ping's fucking smoke. Whatever his name is. Zhao Ping? The one that looks like Winnie the Pooh. I can't remember his name. You watch, I'll be on some communist fucking hit list now, won't I? Because I said he looks like Winnie the Pooh. I've heard he's banned in China, Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if that's real or not. I think it's South Park that told me that, so it's probably bollocks, but... Look at the fucking state of it. Right, there we go. So, now I've taken about 15 years of my life inhaling all of that. I reckon we're about there. Just can actually get some oxygen now. I know people have mentioned before I should get myself a respirator, and I've normally laughed at the comment, but it probably does make sense, to be honest. Yeah. So, yeah, we're all pretty much smooth, aren't we? So what we'll do is we'll just get some buffer on there now, scrape that top layer of silica off, make sure there's no rubber dust that's going to fall onto me glue. Nothing more frustrating when you've just cleaned up a patch and it's absolutely spotless, and then you fucking nudge the tyre and a load of rubber dust lands there, and you got to start at square one again. So but I've learned from my mistakes. A new, changed, improved man you're looking at, promise. Although that looks cleanish, you'll be surprised how much shit actually comes off this. You watch, I'll scrape this off now. Look, that's clean. Look. And there you go, you got all of that on there. Now if you just to put a patch straight on that, it would look like it would stick, and then after it had done a little bit, well, it'll just unpeel itself and it'd come off, and then well, you'd end up in square one again. So if you put the prep work in, it just means when you're actually done the job, it's going to look after you then. I'll have to bloody glue in my van still. I have answer. I will have walked about 3 miles by the time I've done this. Let's get some glooben de slooben on. Now it's not sub-zero temperatures anymore, so I'll not worry about setting it ablaze. It should just make itself, just dry itself out on its own today, and it should just stick absolutely fine. So it's only when it's like really bitterly cold you have to start introducing a bit of heat in the most unorthodox way, really. You get some funny looks off farmers when you start setting their farm machinery alight, especially when it's in this straw shed. But up to yet, my track record is clean. I've not once set a vehicle or a building ablaze. We're doing quite well. Now I can't say I haven't set another lad ablaze, but that was just banter, really. Not like, well, can you class setting someone on fire as banter? In a garage, it classes as banter anyway. But it was ever so good. We got liquid buffer, and we turned all, well, we fucking sprayed like a stickman figure on his clothes. We turned all the lights off and lit it, and it looked awesome, man. I did put it on TikTok, but it got banned, funnily enough, for dangerous activities. What is this slander they're on about? How's that looking? That's going off, isn't it? We'll be doing alright there. I'll get a patch ready wherever the fuck I've put them. They're here. So, like I say, I've drilled a 6mm hole, but the patch I'm pulling through is an 8mm, so you can obviously see there's a fair amount of difference. And you can see the hole there, look. Well, that doesn't look like it wants fit, does it? But it will. Just buy it dinner, talk to it nicely, and eventually it'll let you slip in. So we'll have a go. I'm going to put you in there. What about that for a camera angle? Well, it was good until I stopped filming. So a little bit of lube just on the end of that. And it just helps it find its way through that tight squeeze. You don't want to give it too much, otherwise it ends up putting a load of wet glue on the end of your patch. And in which case it doesn't stick. But that to me looks like a good one. So we'll pull that through. There you go, look, I told you she wanted to go. Hole in it. The farmer came over, so I had to launch my phone. I'm nowhere near confident enough in this vlogging yet to chat shit to my phone in front of other people. I don't know how people do it, to be honest. I mean, fair play to him. I just feel like a monumental knobhead when I do it. I'm surprised anyone tunes in, to be honest. I'm surprised anyone wants to hear anything that I have to say. But no, it's much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. If you do like watching and you have not subscribed already, then chuck that subscribe button as well. Bollocks to it. Throw caution to the wind. It's free. Why would you not do it? Well, I was chatting bollocks to him. I've stitched that down. Now I know there's a load of turd on top of the patch, but it doesn't matter. It's just because I'd left that in the dirt, so when I come to stitch it on, it's just left a little bit of excess. That's not what matters. As long as the mating surfaces were clean, then we're laughing. But that looks and strong patch. I'll just have a quick rag round in here, make sure I've not missed anything, and then we'll chuck it back on together. So no, rested tyre seems sound, so we'll get it chucked back on now. I think this one's going to be a laugh for you. I think this one's going to bounce me around. I've tackled these before and they are absolutely heinous. They've got no give in the sidewall, and they've got no sidewall to have give in, really. So we'll give a tackle, but I think I'm going to be sweating. I'll be surprised if I finish this job with my hoodie still on. Let's put it that way. It's going to be tight. Bloody told you, didn't I? Yeah, it's going to be an evil twat this. The problem is, even though my pig's ears are in and they're holding it, it's hard to see actually. Basically, you see there, that silver bit there, that's called the well. So you want the tyre to be behind that, so you're not fitting to the full circumference of the tyre basically, you're just fitting to this little ridge here. But, my pig's ears, they just don't hold it back far enough, so it just struggles to drop into that well. So I'm going to try and get one more bite, and then I'm going to try and get my keemer just to press that back into the well. Normally when it's gone into the well, it tends to stay pretty happy in there, but until we get it in the well, you just won't fit in. But yeah, we'll suss it one way or another. We will. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you should know, well, I'm gloriously stubborn and I will not be beaten by a piece of fucking rubber. Not happening. We'll win. Yeah, to be fair, I think I was just being a bit of a Jessie about that one. So it was, I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we'll just get it up to pressure now, and then we'll drop it off and go see what else is waiting. But I could quite happily just set myself down here with a cold beer and just chill, to be honest. It's like summer weather, this is. So we'll just give it a quick check, make sure I haven't done a shit job. That looks fairly sealed to me, that does. We'll take that, won't we? Right, we will. Right, so job's a winner. We'll get that dropped off. We'll carry on somewhere else, I reckon.